Well, if things fall into place right, I would like to try to go on to serve in the state house as a state representative. I always wanted to do it. Uh, it just seems to be a great challenge and something I would enjoy tremendously doing. It would take a kind of a political elective office role or something like that. I guess Martha Coakley would have to be elected senator replacing the great Ted Kennedy. She would have to be elected to the Senate. Then Michael Morrissey would, as I understand, would like to run then for district attorney on Norfolk County. That would open up his Senate seat. And if Steve Tobin ran then for the Senate seat, I would run for the state representative seat. My dad died very young. I kind of think sometimes of Steve McGrath, who was a friend of mine on the council, and his father died young. And I know how much pain and loss he had, and when it happened. So I knew my experience with my dad was the biggest loss in my life. He just was a wonderful man, very crippled with arthritis, had a lot of pain, and yet he never let that pain interfere with his happiness and love of life. And my mother loved life, and we just something I think it's in the genes. My father worked 7 days a week, like most men down here when I was a kid. He worked Saturdays all day into the night, almost onto midnight, running a First National store. He managed it. It's funny, a First National store on Howes Neck employed somewhere around 30 people. So it was quite a good-sized market, or a good-sized store. In fact, it was kind of interesting the other day when Chief Barron, when he was sworn in as the new chief in the fire department up at City Hall. His father was there, Joe Barron, who was also he was an acting fire chief when he was on the fire department. And he spent, I don't know how long, talking to me about my father. And I was just thrilled. I couldn't have been happy. It was probably the happiest day I ever had in the council chamber. And he worked for my father as a auto boy. It was his first job. My father hired him on his first job. So he knew a lot about my dad and my mom, and it was a great afternoon, not only for Chief Barron being sworn in, but for myself. Well, my father seemed to know, without any publicity or anything to it, who needed help, and he would give them that. He would help them out. He would carry them a long time with their groceries. It's funny, you know, he's an Irishman, born in Ireland. When he was at the store during the Second World War, he made sure that the English and the Scotch got their tea, and everything was rationed at that time, and he made sure that those people who always enjoyed their tea made sure that they got it in the rations, and not just the people that couldn't get coffee or something. He made sure that the tea drinkers got tea, even though they were English and Scotch. And my dad was Irish. Being non-prejudiced or something like that is quite a badge of honor today. My father and mother were like that. They had no prejudices in them. They were prejudiced against nobody religiously or racially or in any way.